All right. Rabiot waiting for Man United decision to see to it that he really decides on his next future at the side of Juventus. Then Man United have gone ahead, obviously, get an approval from the government of UK to obviously give what we call an uplift of what we call the Carrington training ground. And lastly, we all know that Todibo deal cannot happen. Sergio Ratcliffe has gone ahead to speak about it in detail. Welcome to the United Matters channel. It's a Furahi day, and it's really gonna be Saturday anytime from now. But all we know is that third video of the day. I think you guys are really enjoying the day because I've gone ahead to obviously give you more content than the previous days. And I tell you, we have a live stream and we also have something called another video, so at around after this video, 2-3 hours later, we are going to be streaming live. After streaming live, we're going to be talking to you, and then we will obviously upload the video to take it to 5 and see how you guys will obviously be non-suffocated with the news of Manchester United. We thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum, and welcome back from what we call the what is it called? Welcome back from the Juma prayers, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Now, we are having a story coming through from Toto Sports. Adrien Rabiot is telling on agreeing a new contract at Juventus as he's waiting for the club of Manchester United. Now, United have been looking at Adrien Rabiot, and they wanted to sign him first and foremost as a player who had a contract with Juventus way back in 2022. You remember when John Mata traveled to Turin to talk to Veronica, the manager, who doubles as the mother of this guy, that is Adrien Rabiot, and everything didn't come in through as expected. So when that never went ahead, obviously come to pass, United pulled out because the sign-on fees and the agent fees were really huge, and he was demanding in for a huge salary, and United were like, why go in for him? Then when his contract went down at the side of Juventus in the summer of 2023, United decided to get him as a free agent, and Juventus convinced him to stay at the club of Juventus, and he signed one further year extension. That is Adrien Rabiot. Now, again, his contract has gone ahead to come to an end, and he's really looking in for options, and this time round, looks like he wants to come to Manchester United as a free agent. But I have my reservations because of his age. He's 29, right? And we all know that his mentality and character will obviously cause a lot of mayhem in the dressing room of Manchester United. So I cannot really want a player like him to come and play the club of Manchester United. It's not that I don't really respect his attention to detail. His talent is really huge, but I think it's way past. It's way past since we needed a player like him and the options we really had. And you ask yourself, Man United went ahead and signed Casemiro, you get, for 60 to 70 million pounds, and they couldn't go in for a player who was just 18 million euros, and the player just wanted some huge amount of money. And the player they brought in was not calling in for 180,000 euros a week. He was really calling in for like 400,000 euros a week, because if you are to convert 35,000 pounds to euros, I tell you, you are in that ilk of you are in that ilk of let's put here 35. All right, they failed to get in a player who earns 180,000 euros per week, and they brought in a player who really earns 413,000 pounds a week. So that was another huge mistake made by Manchester United that I believe they need to rectify. Because if you're Manchester United and you want to see to it that all goes on as well, there are certain things you shouldn't obviously be doing. So if we refused to really give him what we call a huge salary of 180,000 euros, then why did we go in for Casemiro at that amount of money? You understand? So I think United has been a side that has gone ahead to be agreeing deals stupidly, because you can't tell me that you failed to obviously agree a deal with with Rabiot because of money and his fees, and then you go ahead and obviously get in a player who multiplied almost his fees that he requested for by 3 times. You know, that is really shite doing of business. So right now for me, I know he's gonna be a free agent. I cannot go for him. I tell you, I cannot go for him because he's 29, and I don't think that he'll come in through and hit the ground running. We've already gone ahead to fail victims of a player called Casemiro coming in through at 30 years of age, and he's really trying to shrink, you know, after one season. What if we obviously get in Rabiot and offer him a contract? Because coming in as a free agent makes him really negotiate for better terms. He'll call for like £300,000 a week, and he'll call in for a huge contract. Yet he might come in here and implode in just one season, and we might not be able to sell him because of the huge salary that he's on to. You understand? So I look at that deal of Rabiot and I'm like, why should we go in the deal of Rabiot? Why should we? And why is Rabiot waiting for Man United like never before? Yet there was a chance when Man United needed a midfielder as a free agent, and he was not really willing to come. You know, why should we go? Why should we do the to and fro movement? You know, it is not really good for me, and I believe United should be doing better and better and better as far as these transfers are really concerned. If I'm Man United, I go to Fiorentina, pay that £21 million, and obviously get in the guy called Amrabat at the club of Manchester United. Simply like that. That's what I do, because if we bring in Rabiot, remember he's at the Euros, he's not going to get ample playing time to obviously do a pre-season with the club of Manchester United, meaning that he'll need to integrate in the team in the due course of the season. Because when you look at France, I tell you, they might be one of those teams that are going to be playing until what we call the finals, right? I think they might reach even the finals because they really have a good squad, a good manager who is really experienced at this, and they are going to stay in the tournament for a very long period of time possible. So why not go in for Amrabat, £21 million, and obviously keep that money that Rabiot is going to get? Because Amrabat will be willing to earn like £100,000 a week. I tell you, he'll be willing to earn that, and £21 million. But this guy who will come in through and really beg for a sign-on fee that is really huge, like maybe £10 million, and the salary is going to be huge. I believe the deal of Amrabat is really better, because Amrabat is 27, 28, you know, 2 years younger than Rabiot. So we wait and see how that pans out. But Rabiot has gone ahead to obviously speak about his contract that is running down very, very soon. 30th June, it's running down. Rabiot on contract due to expire in 10 days. He said, Thiago Motta, he's an excellent manager. He did fantastic at Bologna. We used to play together at PSG. Thiago has his own career. I have mine. So we will see. But Juve made the correct choice with Thiago Motta. Now, Thiago Motta is the new manager of Juventus. You know that very well. And they played together at PSG. And it's believed that their bond they really had might result into Thiago Motta convincing this guy known as Adrien Rabiot. But Adrien Rabiot is an arrogant guy. You've even gone ahead to see what I was going to say, that he has his own career. So, and even Thiago Motta has his own. So, looks like he's still contemplating on the best move for him to leave the club of Juventus or to stay. And so doing, that means money. You understand? That means money. So let's wait and see how that pans out. And Juventus cannot really offer him the salary that he wants, because Juve is really having big problems. They never played in Europe, and they really have a lot of things to attach to. That's why you see to it that they are trying to really get to players and give them to Aston Villa and get in one Douglas Luiz. You understand? That is really a huge factor happening right about now. So that is all about the guy called Adrien Rabiot, waiting for Manchester United decision, and see how things are really going to pan into. And I think it's helping him out because he's in the Euros, and unexpectedly given that he wants to obviously to stay where he is in there for you. Now, after that, this is Mike Keegan, sports correspondent for the Mail Sports. He has told us that Manchester United have been given full planning permission for the £50 million summer revamp of the Carrington training ground. So this ground is really going to be brought down and they're going to revamp it for £50 million to obviously have modern facilities and so on and so forth. Ronaldo's cry has finally gone ahead to be responded to by Ineos. And Ronaldo said he left in 2009, but 12 years later when he returned, he found the same facilities, same swimming pool, everything. And he says that clubs are really having better technology facilities into their training grounds, but United is not really having, so they needed a lot to do to see to it that all matches up to the situation. And Ineos have also gone ahead to obviously notice that they're really having a very huge problem concerning what we call the facilities at the club of Manchester United, and it looks like it's now time to really revamp it, and they've gone ahead to be approved by the government, and works are going to be kickstarting as soon as possible. And so the players of Manchester United are not going to be training at Carrington, and they're looking at a certain cricket ground where the training sessions of Man United are going to be taking place, I think, for the next full season. And then later, I think after 1 year, the training ground will be done and dusted, because I know it's not going to be a training ground that is going to be having maybe storage buildings, but I think they're going to be working quick to obviously accomplish it, such that by next season the Carrington training ground will obviously be up to standards and players might not really get injured as they did last time. Remember, last season we got close to 60 plus injuries, and it looks like the training ground and the facilities have been the problem. You understand? So Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos are like, let's obviously find a better training facility as we refurbish this at Carrington and see to it that all goes on well as planned. So we wait to see when it's really going to be done for us to obviously come in through and really tell you exactly what the world is needing to know about this training facility. That is it coming in through from the side of Manchester United. And kudos to Ineos, they're really doing a fantastic job at the club of Manchester United. And after them keeping Erik ten Hag, I have no problem with them because they really did the needful. That is it. Now, let's go to Sir Jim Ratcliffe on United missing out on Todibo because of the clause that was obviously put into the UEFA new rule. Sir Jim Ratcliffe on UEFA stopping means selling a player to Man United due to teams playing in the same competition. He said they've said we can sell him to another Premier League club, but we can't sell to Manchester United. But that's not fair on the player, and I don't see what that achieves. Obviously, that is stupidity of the highest order. I think the biggest decision UEFA would have gone ahead to make would have been to really not allow teams or same owners to own teams in the same continent. Like you can have a team in Europe, have a team in Asia, have a team in Africa, have a team in North America, have a team in South America, have a team in Australia. You can have teams in different from different walks of continents, right? But every time you really do this, you allow them to play in the same tournament, and you cannot allow them to sell players to one another. Then what's the difference? If Man United finds itself drawn with the Ineos in the same group, something that you're avoiding is going to happen, because Todibo is going to play for the club of, he's going to play for Ineos, for Nice, and he's going to be facing Manchester United. So UEFA is really acting childish, and I think it's really very, very bad of them, and that decision is really amateurish. And that's why you see to it that the likes of Real Madrid want to bring in what we call the Super League to obviously outcompete and break the monopoly of UEFA, and I think UEFA should be doing better in some of these things. So Todibo is not coming to Manchester United unless otherwise the laws are bent for him to come in through. So guys, Thank you very much for watching through. Rock and David is my name. Tell me your thoughts about Rabiot waiting for Man United decision into the comment section below. Tell me your thoughts about tell me your open thoughts about new Carrington plan approved by the government, and Tony Bonon coming to Manchester United. Rock and David is my name. Continue to subscribe. How do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you to get notified every time I upload a video onto this beautiful channel of ours. I sign out. See you later, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum to the Christians. We cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. And how many likes? Let them be 400, as it's the summer transfer window, and we bring you the news that you guys really want to know about your faves that really kick the ball at Manchester United. I just can't wait to hear here we go for any of the players that United is really chasing at Zexi, Braithwaite, and so on. Bye-bye.